have to collect the data on her. Okay, so first thing that we want to do, okay, is get the antecedents. Okay, antecedents. If you speak Spanish, you know that antecedents are antes, what came before, prior to the behavior. Okay, antecedents come before. Okay, so let's say that before she started doing her self-harm, she was withdrawn. That's too generalized of a thing that you have to think about. And then you have to think about definitions for withdrawn. Like, what is withdrawn? Is that characteristic of this person? What if this person is very introverted? And we don't want generalizations, we want specifics and we want facts. Okay? So instead of saying that, we're going to put what we observed. So prior to this behavior, Fran Bow was away from the group, sitting by herself with her head down and rocking back and forth in her seat. Okay? We all know what that looks like and it's specific. That's the antecedent. Okay. B for behavior. Also has to be specific. Okay? What did we observably see? She did self-harm. Well, what does that look like and what is that? No, that's not specific. Okay. What is specific? She had a closed fist and she hit the top of her head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That is her SIB, self-injurious behavior, that we saw. Okay. Another thing that goes into behavior when you're collecting data is the frequency. How many times did she do it? She did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The duration. How long did that last? And that what lasted is going to count as an event. So she did it 5 times for a duration of approximately 2 minutes. Okay. Say she did that at 8 o'clock when she got there. She did that another time at 12 o'clock. That would be a second event, totaling 10, and she did that at 2 o'clock, totaling 15 times, 3 events. Okay, another thing is you don't want to use anybody's name except the person you're collecting data on. Fran Vo clenched her fist and she hit her head, and the person in close proximity who was walking around watching, we just mark them as a person who was watching. We don't put names for anonymity. Did I say that right? Who cares? Okay, because this is practice. Conclusion. What was the conclusion that happened after? So we got the antecedents, what happened before. We need the conclusion that happened after. Okay, so afterwards, the person in charge of her in close proximity took her for a walk outside. Okay, that was the conclusion. A walk outside. Okay, and there's a lot of things we can draw from collecting this data, and we have it put aside in case we need it if more of this thing occurs, if more of this behavior occurs, and to just look back at it and to see when it started and if it's escalating, if it's getting more out of hand, what precautions or safety measures do we need to put in place because because of all the data that we've collected. Does that make sense? All right.